Hello, topic 14, grammar review 3. This is our third grammar review, so let's look at some prepositions. So across or over, so fill in the gap with across or over. So he jumped the wall, he jumped the ditch. Ditch is like a hole in the ground. He saw Eve, the room. The program was broadcast the USA. Disease has spread right, the continent, and could spread all the world by the end of the year. Okay, so you have 3 seconds. Okay, or pause the video, and here are the answers. Okay, did you get them right? Jumped over the wall, across the ditch, or across something, the stream. He saw Eve across the room, broadcast across the USA, right across the continent, and all over the world. So can you explain the rules? Okay, well, over is like up and down, so over the wall is an obstacle, so you have to go over it. Across is more flat, like jumping across in a direction left to right. Across the room, eye level, so it was again more flat, not kind of like over something. And the program was broadcast across, again same thing, that it was right across in more of a flat way, spread out. And the disease is spread right across, but all over. Here the rules don't apply so much because it's important, the right here, the right and all over. These are collocations, so all over the place, all over the world, right across. Okay, so we use these because of the word before. Okay, so next preposition, or next prepositions are along and through. They walked the footpath, he pushed his way the crowd, she walked the woods, they made their way carefully the edge of the cliff. So put in these. Above or over, we live in a village, the lake, he put the quilt, the bed. Below or under, the boy's head was the level of the table, so nobody noticed him. The parents hid the presents, a blanket. Okay, so I have 3 seconds to put in your answers, or pause the video, and here are the answers. So along the footpath, like Bodal, through the crowd, through the woods, along the edge of the cliff. Above the lake, the village was above the lake, but the quilt is over the bed. The boy's head was below the level of the table, and the presents were hidden under a blanket. So, did you get those correct? So, any rules we can think about? Well, along is more along a line, more of a two-dimensional picture. For example, along the line of the cliff, you're going in from left to right, one direction. Here's more 3D, through something three-dimensional, a crowd or woods, a crowd, many things. So for example, if you went through the line of trees, you'd be going like across it, but along the line you'd be following the trees. Okay, above or over, so above the lake is not, so the village is not directly on top of the lake, it's above it, so it's not in contact, it's further back and higher up. The quilt is directly in touch, is contact with the bed, so it's over the bed. Similar here, below the level, so if I draw the table here, if I can get a table, whoops, go back and get the pen here, so here's my table, a bit crooked, and the level is here, so the head would be here. Okay, so below the level, for example, below zero, below temperature, below and above zero, and if it was under, his head would be here. Okay, so the parents hid the presents under the blanket, so it's actually in contact with the blanket, touching it. So rightly said, above is the opposite of below, and over is opposite of under. Okay, does that make sense? Good. So more prepositions. Would you care a drink? He argued the building of a new school. Joe cared his grandma. So let's keep these all the same. There are more possibilities with maybe with this one. Okay, so the same preposition here. Can I ask you, can I ask something you? Everybody knew his love of nature. He talks nothing else but the weather. So the same preposition next three. So these all have the same one. I was asked to talk the topic of addictions. They agreed a time to meet. She decided red instead of brown. Okay, also these three are the same. So can you think about it? And these are the right ones. So care for a drink. He argued for, could be against as well. Cared for his grandma, looked after, took care of. And something of you, ask a favor of you. And they knew of his ability or love, and he talks of nothing else. 3 ons here. Talk on the topic, agree on something, decide on something. Okay, did you get those right? So here we can probably have more prepositions. We usually say talk about. So okay, so the chance winning the lottery is 1 in a million. What's the preposition here? And the next one, she's got into the habit biting her nails. So the same preposition. Their fondness each other grew. I have enormous respect, John. So the same preposition for these two. It was 3 the same last time. Here we have it in pairs just to make it easier. There was a ban alcoholic drinks. What's the preposition? This one has the same. I think he is a bad influence, the boys. He takes pride his English garden. There have been many improvements, the school. So these two are the same as well. So can you think about it? Okay, I'm going to show the answers now. Okay, so chance of winning, habit of biting. Fondness for, was that surprising? Respect for somebody. A ban, zakas, ban on something. An influence on somebody. To take pride in something. And there have been many improvements in the school. So here we get confused maybe because we say fond of, I'm fond of something, but fondness, the noun, is for. Sometimes the noun changes the preposition. And the same here, proud of, but I take pride in. Okay, so prepositions. I hope that helped. See you in the lesson.